In my first year of college, I had the assignment of reading every one of the Lincoln-Douglas debates, the newspaper reports about it that I could find. I did. And there's something interesting about the Lincoln-Douglas debates of 1858. The big topic then was, should we allow slave states to enter the new territories out west? Abraham Lincoln said no. Stephen Douglas said yes. He was a Democrat. But they traveled together. They were debating each other. And what I noticed about those debates was that they never attacked each other personally. They always attacked the other person's reasoning, her logic, by punching holes in it. In fact, they were traveling together. They had to go from town to town, often on the same schedule, to attend the debates. So they traveled together. They became friends. And I found out that the person who held Abraham Lincoln's hat while he took the oath of office was none other than Stephen Douglas, the Democrat senator from Illinois that defeated Abraham Lincoln in the Senate race of 1858. So I studied this more. Abraham Lincoln said his main point was, if you allow slavery to continue west in the other states, and you allow free men to go to those states, he said, free men and slave men, if they compete against each other, neither one will win anything. The only people who will gain something are the masters of the slaves. We can apply this same principle to people who live in other countries and want to compete with us and trade with us. Why don't we apply Abraham Lincoln's philosophy? If they treat their workers well, as we do, then it's fine, if they're free workers. But we don't want to compete free workers in the United States against slavery or near slave conditions in other countries. For instance, a few years ago in USA Today, I found an article that a woman at a factory in Honduras took a few days off to care for her relative, a sick relative. When she came back to the factory, her supervisors, her managers, beat her to death. Now, in such a case, I would suggest that the United States send investigators and labor representatives to find out if that is the normal practice in Honduras, or if it was just a crime that simply happened and it was not related to the normal course of things in Honduras. If it was related to the normal course of things in Honduras, then we should cut back on trade with Honduras. We should not let people who are threatened to be beaten to death compete with our factory workers. Likewise with China. China doesn't allow any free-standing labor unions. Everybody in the labor union has to be a member of the Communist Party. The leaders must be members of the Communist Party. They have absolute control, and the Communist Party controls all the factories and everything like that, even the mines. I've heard that the working conditions for miners in China is absolutely terrible. So I'm saying, let's follow what Abraham Lincoln said and realize that whenever free men have to compete against slave men, neither the free men nor the slave men gain anything. Only the masters of the slaves gain anything. And that's why we should cut back on trade and have import duties to make things more fair for our American workers and our American factories that have to compete against slave labor. That's my opinion.